Boy, oh boy, folks. What a trying last week or two. I don't even remember. Uh, it has been. Welcome back to the lounge. Thanks so much for joining me on this quick channel update. My name's Tim. This is Tim's Vape Lounge. In case you didn't know from all of the other information that could have clued you in, my computer shit the bed. The hard drive in my machine, which is 5.5, 6 years old, decided that the whatever material was on those platters needed not be there anymore. It didn't get all catastrophic and fun and explodey, but it no longer works. So I had to wait for my taxes to come back, and I bought myself an SSD and a much larger hard drive, so I can record videos from about now until, I don't know, 2020, and have hard drive space. I also bought more memory for in there, so I had a little bit more memory so I could have more memory. Now, I was running into problems rendering videos. I had 6 gig before. It's an X58 board, so it's triple channel. It had 6 gig in it from the time that I bought it, or put it together, and I wanted 12, so I bought 3 4 gig sticks and threw in there, and they seem to be working splendidly. I've reinstalled. I'm no longer using Ubuntu. I went with Antergos, which is a derivative of Arch Linux, which, aside from how much of a pain in the dick it was to get it installed because the installer was broken, but I have to say the developers are super, super on point. I was having problems starting yesterday, which was Sunday, and they worked all day, and we were going back and forth on GitHub, throwing logs up and stuff, and they fixed it. So that's awesome. I'm pleased to see that level of support. That's all set up. I was arm wrestling Vista because the machine is like 5.5 years old. I upgraded the video card. Once upon a time, it's got a ATI 5770 in it. Sorry, AMD 5770 in it. Which, yeah, is a turd, but I don't really play games anymore. So I couldn't get a driver installed. I got all sorts of pissed at Vista. And I said, F it, I'm going to throw the Windows 10 preview on there and see what I think. So, if you love Windows 7, and you wished you could run Windows 8 for all of the improvements, but you hate all that Metro bullshit, Windows 10 is going to be your thing. I can't believe I'm going to use this sentence, but I love it. It's really, really good. It's nice. Linux is tugs my heartstrings a little more. I don't know what I like about it. Maybe it's kind of like doing an achievement run in WoW. Like the first time you killed Freya with all the keepers up, you know. There's something that's really rewarding about having to fight your system to get it to work, but when it's working, you know that there's no way it could possibly work any better. That pleases me. Maybe that's why I like building stuff. Claptons take a while to warm up. So, we're all working again. I'm recording this video on Windows because I can't get the audio and video to record in sync in Linux. And if I find out that this video is doing the same thing, I'm gonna fucking scream. It happens. So, taxes came back. I got a bunch of new toys. You can see I got this no logo Nemesis clone in stainless. It's not bad. The switch is questionable depending on the length of the 510 of the Addy you put on here. That's shiny. A new Freak Show, Snag Day, Tug V2 clone. I have Ye Olde Sub-Tank Mini. Bought my wife an ice stick, got a Limo drop. Bought a bottle of juice that I absolutely love by GNS Vapors. It's boy, that's bright. It's called Beetlejuice. It's sort of fruit punchy. Fruit cocktail, really, like mixed fruit. No syrup, but really good. Just a nice fruit vape. I like fruity and candy and dessert. tobacco. I guess I like all vapes, really. So yeah, I'm almost out of wire. I'm waiting on the Postal Service to pull their heads out of their asses and get my stuff here from Lightning Vapes. That's not Lightning Vapes' fault. I'm also waiting on the shit. It was in the Trevor Jones video about the Hobo V2.0 or 2.1. It's a what is it, Weha? I think is the name of the company, but it's a nice screwdriver for that .9 millimeter hex, the grub screws in the Hobo. Ah, crunchy button. Well, the Freak Show is good. It is really, really fine. I don't know why, but I can't get it to work as well. I can't get it to work flavor-wise on here as well as I can on here. On here, this thing's a flavor monster with a wicked slow ramp-up time. On this, I can get it to feel like the same vape, but it's rougher, if that makes, it's more rough, if it makes any sense. Although on this, I can just set this to 100 watts and go full-on hoon, and boy, that's fun. About 2 rips, drip, drip, 2 rips, drip, drip, and you can't see in the living room. It's great. Oh, hell. Why not? Let's do it. It's good, clean fun for the whole family. So, let's see. What else is new? I'm repaired, so videos are going to be coming back. I lost 4 videos that I was in the midst of editing, but that's okay. I lost all that footage because the hard drive broke catastrophically. I used to be a computer guy. I should know to back up. I just don't. It's like doctors who don't get checked for cancer. You just, I don't know. Never crosses your mind, I guess. I'm very much a do as I say, not as I do kind of guy. You should see me operate power tools. No, you shouldn't, actually. Let's see, there's nothing worse than a dry head at 100 watts. Well, at least for me, I don't have a 150. And thinking about it, that red one is sexy as man. Oh, it's sexy. So let's re-trip quick. The leak show, I've got to work on my wicking. Because I have the wick fairly, or the deck fully pretty well full of wick, and I don't have a lot of room, but it keeps me from getting juice in my mouth when I take a draw. So I need to come up with a compromise of a solution there. So here we are. Focus, damn you. There we go. Let's do her. Okay, it was the juice I was using earlier. I was using, I got a little juice in my mouth. Good juice, though. That's ITC Vapes Spoon Liquor V2, which is picky about its build. I found. Okay, I can't find the damn bottle. It's empty, but it was a vape juice, peaches and cream that I had in there, which has tendencies to be harsh at certain temperatures. But right now, that wasn't even a hot vape. That was just comfortable. These are, I don't know. I think we're hopeless to get a focus on that. There we go. That's a 30 gauge over 24. There's Clapton's 5.4 wrap. That's fantastic. That is I would describe that as a cool to warm vape, even. Because there's a lot of metal there. It takes a while to heat up. So unless you're taking stupid long drags, it's a pretty nice rig. It's a cool vape on the mech, Takes a lot longer to ramp up, but you can chain vape it more because it takes so long to keep up. Your juice goes a little further on the mech. The flavor is really bright and vibrant. This isn't a review or impression. Well, I guess it's first impressions. Hey, why the hell not? Everybody else does it. This top cap is somewhat of a chamber reducer, or at least a chamber shaping device.
Daddy,
And yeah, honey, what's up?
would you like some
See, there's
fish
not
sticks?
some fish sticks. I sure will. Can you give me about 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. And you can see this top cap is going to sit pretty close to those coils. It's a pretty reduced chamber once you get it put together. The barrel looks big, but that's because the deck is fairly tall because of the bottom airflow there. It's like a magma made for a bigger air draw. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Bigger flavor, bigger clouds. It's a nice device, and since I learned to stop over dripping it, or it gets very, very messy, this is why I call it the leak show. You're so silly. That's why I call it the leak show, because my first couple of days were wrought with frustration about this thing dripping juice everywhere. But that's straightened out nicely. The old tugboat here. Let me throw him on the not a nemesis. I kind of like having a mech. I really, really like it. It's a nice, simple setup. So here is how I have this. Focus. There we go. There's how we have that built. It's just a parallel 28 gauge build because like I said, I was running out of wire. I lost my 26 last week. I've used all of my 28 and all of my 30. All I have left is 24 gauge and whatever has come with whatever addies I've bought. So, but it's a good build in here. It needs a little bit more power than I can get out of this because I built it a smidgen high. I was thinking closing off the airflow would make up the difference, but it's fairly wet. I was thinking closing off the airflow would make the difference, but the switch is pretty crunchy and it's annoying. There we go. Smidgen dry towards the end there. It's weird. I got juice in my mouth and a half dry hit. Dripping the same juice, ITC Spoon Liquor V2. When you get your build right, this juice is freaking amazing. What? Cat, why do you have a spoon, honey? You don't? Then why is Thomas saying that you have a yellow spoon? I'll be back in just a moment, excuse me. Okay, they were just arguing about a spoon that wasn't there. 3-year-olds, you know? Well, she's 5, he's 3. This is a nice setup. I should have made the coil just a tiny bit smaller. I think this is that looks like 2.4 mil. I should have went 2 mil because the resistance just needs to be a smidge lower. On a fresh battery, this is incredible. It's a nice, on the warm side of cool. It's not warm by any stretch, but it's a really nice, comfortable, easygoing, packed full of flavor vape. So good. But on the mech, it just needs just a tiny bit more, or a fresh battery. So like I was saying, yeah, it's good. It's real good. stop that. He loves fake coughing and sneezing. I don't get it. It drives me crazy. Pardon me while I have a quick drink of a beverage off cam. Nobody wants to see me drinking from a can. So, my desk is a disaster area. It is ridiculously freezing cold here. I had some pipes freeze in the addition to this house that I don't own. They didn't break, thank goodness. But I can't use my, I can only use my sink. My shower and my washer can't get any cold water. And I can't get access to it because they didn't put a crawl space in there. The pipes in the basement aren't frozen. I don't have water anywhere. So this is good. But it is a pretty big bummer. Let us see. What else? What else is new? So we're going to have some videos about the sub-tank. Oh, what else have I been playing with? That's what I was talking about. Oh, mackerel. That was a bit crunchy. Let's grab the sub-tank real quick here. I really like the sub-tank. It's really good. You know how I was mentioning that spoon liquor is a pretty picky juice. I can't get it perfect in a sub-tank. Pardon me, sorry. I can't get it right out of the stock heads. This, I have the RBA section in here. This is a long fun time. So I have the RBA section in here. It's built with twisted 30 gauge. It's a 1.1 ohm setup. And it's quite nice. I really like it. If I could find the drip tip for this. And I should probably clean it off because it's a little dirty. Guys, take it easy.
Now you like my baby cat.
Well, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't. That's not true. I'd do anything to make it quiet at Walmart. There we go. Now we got Bard. So, this is really good. Even off of the mech, it is a really, really good vape. I find that the wick job I did in the Limo is better than the wick job I did in here. But this is my first go-around with the K-Fun style deck. It's my first go-around with a K-Fun style deck. With my Aquas, I wick them a bit differently. Come on, guys. Please. The Aquas I run like Trevor Jones wicks orchid-style tanks. Pardon the grunge, but this way. Focus. This way. Focus. Daniel-san. Well, this has got to be fun for you all. There we go. So, I don't really leave anything in the channels here. This is rayon. And it's just, you trim right up to the edge of the deck, pop your chimney on, you're done. But that works particularly because of how this is put together. This is the one I drilled out, and it works like an absolute boss. It goes through juice with an absolutely insatiable thirst. It's sorry about that. It goes through juice ridiculously fast. It's really something else. Boy, that's a lot of locking ring to go through. I need to work on this because I can only use this on the smallest airflow setting where I do get dry hits. The flavor is freaking phenomenal. The hype is real. truth be told, I'm going to buy another Limo or two. The drop is just so good. I got it in the shop, and they have some tables up front in their kind of lounge and building area. And I went up front and I pulled it out of the package, and I pulled this out. And I'm sniffing them and inspecting them and drawing on them. Slight bit of machine oil in this. Limo, clean as a whistle. Already coiled. Already wicked. And I know a lot of you are like, no way I'd use that. But I did. It looked super clean. So I just wet the wick down, took my little screwdriver, made sure I could see light under the chimney, filled it up, put it together, and started vaping. And man, what a fantastic vape. I run it at like 24 watts, 25 watts on my Sigelli. My wife runs it at like 15 to 18, depending on what her mood is. And she has officially dropped the stinkies. Oh my goodness. You can see why I wait till the kids go to bed most days. I'm about ready to give up. Kids make life interesting. They're very rewarding, but they can be quite a challenge too. So this is real good, and it's wicking well on this first air hole. My wife has quit the stinkies, finally. She absolutely adores the Limo and iStick combination. I wish it came with a video, or with a DVD in it, where they would perhaps ask somebody to, pay to rent them a studio, little mini studio setup, go to a multimedia house, and just do a good quality, here's how you build tutorial, here's how you wick this thing. Because, my goodness, what a device. What a device. I can't help but smile every time I use the damn thing. The amount of vapor that comes out of it is ridiculous for what it is. It's just, I have the drop, so it's, this tall. And it's nothing but juice and chimney and drip tip. And like a weird 26 gauge spaced build that comes from the factory. Don't think I have the extra coil around. My desk is such a freaking disaster area right now. I don't think it's in here. I'll keep looking. But, yeah, what a fantastic little tank. Flavor for days. And the stock build is so good, I don't want to take it out. There's the bag of goodies you get. O-rings and the fill plug gasket dealies, which I need to put in because the little screw in there has already started to rust. And I'd rather run a screw, but I'm not gonna. Well, I have to get somewhere that has a preponderance of hardware. That almost looks like it, but I think the stock Limo legs are bent. That must be the spare sub-tank coil, which is weird because the one that came in it. No, I made that. I dropped that. That's over here behind my camera somewhere. Not that you guys want to see me digging anymore, but it's fantastic. I really like it. I'm using I bought a pair of HE2s with this. Bitchin' switch. I got a build in the Hobo I finally like in here. It's really nice. It's 24 gauge. It's 5.4 wrap. That almost looks like a coil gizmo coil, but it's a 4. Yeah, it's a 4 wrap. But it works really, really well. It's 0.2 and change. I have it saved. When I make a coil and steam engine, I have a bookmark for it, and I just bookmark all the coils I make. I put notes and links in another document so I can track what builds work well and what, because I'm good, but I'm constantly looking for what I think is the best build for any given device. This, I'm absolutely in love with the Claptons. I tried a couple of builds in here when I first got it. Again, hampered by my lack of supplies at the moment. But I got a wild hair up my butt while I was trying to get Linux installed. So as I'm sitting here watching the installer, I decided to just twist up some Clapton wire. There's no way in hell that's going to focus. Twist up some Clapton wire. I've got a little bit left, but I built a single coil for the freak show. It was a 5.4 wrap 3mm, and way too hard to fit in there. But I got it positioned okay, wicked it, and holy shit, the heavens opened up. That freaking coil was so good. The build, the flavor was immense, and the vapor for a single coil was giggle-worthy. Sorry, I didn't realize I had my tripod sitting on some old G-Skill RAM. That Clapton is laying over here. Whoops, over here somewhere. I had to build my Magma. I really liked. I kept the coil actually to remind me. This is what I'm just going to call 2468. It's 24, 26, and 28 twisted. That was really good. Really, really good. I'd kind of like to do a zipper coil with that when I get my wire. Damn it, now I can't find the Clapton I had in here. It was huge in here. Flavors. Oh, and it was like a 0.4 single coil, so it ran like dog shit off the mech. But on this box, crank it up to 75 watts or so. Buddy, it was fantastic. But I like the dual coil a bit more. It's about 0.21. It's really good, and I don't want to go any lower than 0.2 on this because it is stainless. Boy, that is. I wonder if I could put the. Hang on, I have a beauty ring or a kick ring for this. I might be able to get that switch closer. Yeah, so I put a Clapton in the Magma. That's a horrible idea. Don't do it. The vape is way too hot. There's not enough airflow. I probably could have made this a 3mm. Bitch, I got round stuck. Something. Hold it like that, Tim. Yeah, we're going to turn that off. Crank. Stupid software. There we go. Get your finger out of the way, dummy. But, you know, it looks nice, but it doesn't actually work that well in here. There's not enough airflow, the vape is too hot, and the flavor is obliterated by the heat. Even running without the airflow control ring, it's still too toasty. Oh, hey, I found the beauty ring. I had the Magma sitting on it. I wonder. Nope. That's my gripe with this clone, is I'm going to have to do a lot of work to the Switch. Ordered a bunch of stuff from Jack's Juice. JAXX-juice.com. Good, low-priced juice. Well, it hasn't gotten here, but the reputation on Reddit is really good. And what I absolutely adore about them, a couple of things. I love the Allman Brothers. I'm a big fan of Southern rock, but in particular, that's not even quite true to say. I like the Allman Brothers and Skynyrd, Black Oak, Arkansas, a couple of Southern rock bands. But I love the Allman Brothers. They have a juice called Eat a Peach, and they made mention that this is from an Allman Brothers album, and you should try it. It's really good. So I knew I was in love then. But here's the thing that they do. If you order juice from them, you can go into their store, into the hardware section, and throw some Japanese cotton and some 28 gauge in your cart, free of charge, complimentary. Give you a couple of feet of that and a pad or two of Japanese cotton, and Boom, you're off to the races. How sweet is that? So, and the dude seems really nice on Reddit, so I just went ahead and I placed an order the other night. That stuff should probably be here by the end of the week. I really look forward to that. How are we doing on our ITC juice, you might ask? This was a 120, and it's pretty much kicked. Well, I mean, there's 40 mil in there. I bought this 50 mil bottle last Wednesday. It's all but gone. That's the Beetlejuice. That stuff is so good. And my wife has really taken a shining to it as well. This is what I have left of Mach 10. It's gonna stay in this bottle until I get more. I'm gonna order more juice tonight. And the Gold RY4 I finished the other day, and that is all three of those are reorder in 240. They're so good. I killed off Commodore Perry. That's a shame because that was really good. The way I killed this is I was mixing when I had enough that the dropper wouldn't work anymore, so I had maybe 2 mil left in the bottle. I threw in about a mil and a half of Deadly Sin by Good Life Vapor to make it kind of more of like a creamy pear pie because of the bakery cinnamon that's in Deadly Sin, and that was fantastic. And there's a little bit of cream cheese in the Deadly Sin too. That was so good. That was the way to set that off. Why did I drip that son of a bitch? The switch, the 510 of this is too long to use with this well, so I'm gonna change it. We're gonna toss this on the Sigelli. It's enough of fussing around with this. So I think that's about all I have for now. I do have to reshoot 3 or 4 videos, and then I've just got to make the new ones, which I plan on doing. I've been talking to my buddy Lewis about new ways to do videos. Some things that I guess in the corporate world you'd call them a value add. Just things that I don't see being done that I think might be useful to people. I'd love your opinion on this. Is there anything that you find lacking in vape videos? And I'm not going to talk about length of videos. I talk a lot. I like watching long videos. I wouldn't say I get annoyed with people who are like, I don't have the time to watch a Phil Basardo video. Well, okay, don't bitch about it. He makes them. He spends his money and his time to make those videos the way he wants to make them. I'm sure if you could come up with a constructive criticism about a way he could deliver his message differently, he'd be listening. He'd be willing to listen to you. But much like that is how I look at it. I'm going to make the video I want to make, and if you have constructive criticism, I'll listen to it. I really will. So let's not talk about video length. My videos are going to be as long as I want them to be. But what I'm thinking of doing is sort of a choose-your-own-adventure style thing. Sort of like a choose-your-own build, is that I'm thinking about doing, for Addies, a mech build, an iStick build, and then like a 50 plus watt box mod build. I think that would be interesting to see, so that you can watch one of my videos and say, alright, it's time to do the build, guys. Click here at the end of the video, and you would just pick the one you want to watch. I kind of like that notion. Then again, it's a whole shitload of time and effort on my part. I don't mind, but I might not always have the time to do that. Pardon me. And Lewis was saying, that's really neat, but why don't you just do those build videos afterward as you find them, throw them up on your channel as a quick thing. Don't even have to worry about audio. you know, I could just do it all with annotations while editing my videos. I run this at 18. I swear I just dropped something. There's packet off, or corner off the packet of like a sauce packet. I had leftover Chinese for lunch. So that pretty much does it for now. Now I have to edit this son of a gun, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. I don't like Windows Live Movie Maker. I really, really like Kden Live. I might throw this on a thumb drive and deal with it there. Take it over to Linux. We'll see. I hope you all remain well, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. I do appreciate it. Please join the fight to save our vaping rights. CASA.org, CASAA.org. All it takes is your time. No money required, although they'd love to have your donation. They are lobbying for us to keep these ridiculous laws from being passed, but there's only so much they can do. They need the numbers. They need us. And as always, thank you for not smoking. Take care.